Recent reports say that a Pittsburgh Penguins fire sale could be coming. Kris Letang is one of the players mentioned as a potential trade piece. Kyle Dubas is ready to tear it all down and start from the beginning. Kyle Dubas has not shied away from big trades in his tenure as the GM for the Pittsburgh Penguins. He made that huge trade years ago for Erik Karlsson, and right now he could do just the opposite, trading Kris Letang away. Are you serious? This is brand new breaking news this morning that the Penguins are very much in a position to trade everybody. And I mean everybody. The only players that are listed that might not be traded, I will tell you in just a few moments here on Penguins Digest. The list just keeps getting smaller and smaller for the Pens. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, Penguins Digest, a lot of you are watching the videos and not hitting the subscribe button. What are you waiting for? Press it right down below, subscribe to the channel, and we'll keep you up to date on the latest Pittsburgh Penguins news, content, rumors, and analysis here on Penguins Digest. This is not something that I wanted to make a video about today, not something I thought I was going to have to talk about ever, but we are in a position where now is the time to sell, sell, sell. I'm not liking it. I'm not loving it. It's not good. But this is the position we're in. This is the reality of the situation. The Penguins might have to just start dealing pieces off, getting draft picks and prospects in return. Right now, Kris Letang, his name is in trade talks for the first time, I think, maybe ever. There might have been some rumors over the last few years about Kris Letang maybe leaving Pittsburgh, but I never thought that it would ever become a reality. And right now, his name is being tossed around way too much, which means we are indeed in the midst of a potential fire sale. Dubas is ready to go. You go there, you go there, you go there, you go there. I never thought we would have to experience this. I thought the core would stay together. Dubas made this promise to the Penguins when he became the general manager of this organization that he was not going to give up, that he was going to try to contend for the next few years for the remainder of Crosby, Malkin, and Letang, since there isn't much hockey left to be played by those guys. And here we are talking about Kris Letang potentially being traded away. So Dubas breaking his promise. I already told you guys last video or 2 videos ago what I think of Kyle Dubas right now. I have been defending him for so long, but at this point, guys, if he starts selling off everybody and giving up on this team, I don't know what else I'm supposed to say. A source close to the Penguins informed RG Media this morning that Kyle Dubas is looking for a fire sale. Big name veterans, not simply just pending free agents anymore. That's what we were talking about a few videos ago. Now we're talking about some key players like Kris Letang, Erik Karlsson. We are literally in the midst of one of the craziest trade time periods since I have been a fan of this team. I swear to you, this has never happened in my 20 plus years of being a fan of this team. And here we are looking at everybody potentially being available. It's crazy to me. Penguins fire sale incoming. Sources say Penguins are open to trading many big name players, not just Reynolds, by the trade deadline. Full report on the trade block is this article, and now I'm going to show you the article of what is transpiring right now in Pittsburgh. Kyle Dubas ready to blow it all up. Penguins are ready to have this fire sale. They waived Tristan Jarry, so he was ready to let go of that mistake that he made. And now, Sid, Malkin, Rust, and the 2 kids, Tomasino and Pickering, are the only true untouchable players, which means when they asked about Kris Letang, I don't know right now, which means he is potentially available. He is not listed as one of the players untouchable. And I understand, I guess, why that's not the case. But Kris Letang, 3-time Stanley Cup champion, 3 years left on a 6-year contract, averaging about $6.1 million AAV. So it is a hefty contract for Kris Letang, but he is definitely available if a team wanted to pull the trigger and acquire the 3-time Cup-winning defenseman. Another notable name is 2-time Norris Trophy winner Erik Karlsson. 2 years left on his $10 million AAV contract with a full no movement clause. Obviously, he said in recent days he'd be willing to move that no trade clause if needed to make a deal get done for Kyle Dubas. That's someone they want and need to move, the source said. I think they need to retain salary for sure, but he can help the right team right now. And with the cap going up, you never know. And that's something to take into account. The current NHL salary cap is $88 million, but it is expected to rise to $93 million for next season. So that makes the $10 million look a little bit less hefty for NHL teams to acquire that Erik Karlsson contract, something that it could realistically happen at this point. Again, I didn't expect to have to talk about this, and as far as I'm concerned, it's more of a joke than anything else. Look at this. Spitting Chicklets tweeted out, "Fire sale coming to Pittsburgh. Doobie is in dual phone mode." If that's not a meme, I don't know what is. I mean, that is hilarious. So I'm taking this as a joke. I'm not even taking it that seriously right now, because reality is, if this happens, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I really don't know what I'm supposed to do. It could happen. Guys, I'm not saying it's not going to happen. I'm just saying I'm in denial. I'm 100% in denial right now. I'm taking this as a joke, and I'm just like, nah. There's no way. There's no way. This team is not, I mean, they're not good, but they're not that bad. So I don't understand why we'd be going and just blowing it all up. This team has been so consistent for so long. And the last few years, yeah, it's been rough, guys. But we still have a lot of talent on this roster. We got some young players that have been playing really good hockey. And now that we got Tristan Jarry out of there, we get a little bit of a change in the tide for the goaltending. I think we need to make some upgrades on defense. You know, we talked about the trade yesterday with possibly Buffalo getting Dylan Cousins and Bowen Byram. I'm not saying that's going to happen either, but it was something that was speculated, that was reported about. So, of course, I'm going to make a video about it, guys. You know, this channel, Penguins Digest, we are covering everything. It doesn't matter if it's the most, outlandish, far out there thing ever. We're going to report on it and at least tell you guys this is something that's circulating in the rumor mill right now. The rumor mill is where I am living right now, because what's happening is all these players' names just keep going out there and being circulated around like, oh, trade block, this guy's available. This guy could be an opportunity to get, so much. And so I like to talk about it. I like to think about these hypotheticals, because that's what makes sports fun. Sports are fun because we could talk about this kind of thing. And if it never happens, oh, well, so what? But if it does happen, I mean, you heard it here first, folks. If Kris Letang is traded, you see it on the thumbnail, Montreal, the Montreal kid going back home to the Canadiens who are trying to contend right now, the Habs are in it. They're in it. It's $6 million. It's not anything crazy. Like, yeah, we'd have to probably take a contract back in exchange, but Kris Letang, man, he could help a team like that. Since they got Patrick Laine, that's been a different team. Cole Caulfield's been an animal all year long. I can think of quite a few teams that would want Kris Letang. Why wouldn't they want Kris Letang? He's still playing at a fairly high level, right? He's not the same Kris Letang he was years ago. I understand that, but he's playing at a very high level. He's an experienced guy, especially playoff experience. That's something that's valued by a lot, especially younger teams like Montreal. At this point in the season, they could go and acquire a guy like Kris Letang, and that's a different hockey team at that point. So I'm not putting it past anybody that this is going to happen. I'm just saying I'm in denial, thinking, I can't live with that, guys. Like, we start turning everybody away. What? Oh, man. I mean, just quote the meme again. This is the funniest part of the whole video, guys. I mean, we're talking about Spitting Chicklets tweeting this out. It's a joke. It's a joke, right? It has to be. Dual phone mode? Yeah, of course he wants to sell everybody. Go back and watch my video from 2 videos ago, guys. Go watch my video about Kyle Dubas. Seriously. That's my take on Kyle Dubas right now. Right now. I defended him all year, guys. I'm done. Done defending him. He starts selling off guys like Kris Letang. I won't forgive him. I won't forgive him. Right now, I still value him more than I valued Ron Hextall. Ron Hextall was a worse GM. But Kyle Dubas is making a case, guys. He's making a case. So right now, everybody's available. The list keeps growing as days go on. I'll continue to bring you guys the latest. Tomorrow we'll have a video about Erik Karlsson and potential destinations. Right now, we're talking about Kris Letang. There hasn't been any crazy, releases of different teams that would like Kris Letang, but I can tell you there are a lot of teams that would like Kris Letang. And $6 million is nothing crazy compared to the $10 million that Erik Karlsson's making that you would have to take on. Penguins might even have to retain some of that salary, like the article said. Kris Letang's a little bit more free to move, right? And he's, again, still playing at a high level. He's had injury issues in the past, but he is playing at a very high level. This dude is one of the most solid leaders in the NHL, even if he is just brought in as a veteran presence, a guy with playoff experience, a guy that's been there and done pretty much everything in this league. That's a guy that can help a young team reach that upper echelon and be a Stanley Cup contender. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Penguins Digest, and we're back tomorrow with another trade video. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you on the next one.